of an artificial hip, so hopefully she can finally teach JT how to dance. Give it up for Sandra Swami.
High five, Jamie.
High five.
Yeah. Yes! Yeah. All right. How's everybody doing? I bet you're doing a little better than me, because, you know, you're drinking and I'm not on drugs, so. You know, I kind of feel like maybe I should wipe my hand off after a high five with Jamie, because he's a little smarmy there.
Why? What's on my hand?
And you know, have you looked at Jamie's pictures on Facebook? I mean, like really, like what kind of a guy stands for pictures with his hands on his hips? Jamie really thinks he's really hot, but I think really the only person that thinks he's that is his cute little grandma Ruth. Has anyone ever noticed that Jamie and Robin both can turn their smile like upside down? Can you see? And Jamie can do that too. So like, what is that an indication of anyway? Really? Yeah? Okay. Well, while I'm on the subject of Robin, can I just point out that Robbie, because his name is one word, one syllable. No. Letter. Yeah, sounds like letter. Different than Robin's name. That makes him think he's part of my family. But I only have 5 minutes to rip apart this guy here and make him understand why he really is that bag of shit that he calls himself. So why am I wasting time on the more fortunate member of my family, Robin? If you can't see it later, you should come and look at it. Okay?
JT, you look great in that picture.
It's Robin. We'll make sure Nick sees it, and then maybe, you know, all those jokes. Yeah. So, JT, never quite the normal child. He always wore his clothes JT style, like I'm wearing. So this before you is young JT. Yes! Yeah. I really thought he would grow up to be a gay clothing designer or a homeless person who had all his belongings in a plastic bag. Serious.
So true.
I was back there talking to Brendan, and he said, "How many shirts do you have on, Mom?" And I said, "Only 2." He goes, "Oh, well, then it's really wrong. You needed to have about 10. And the reason was because he loved them all so much he couldn't choose. And it was like fucking hot in California. That didn't matter. But usually the one on top was the one with Snoopy from when he was like 2. And yeah, so. JT was born. Well, even before that, let's talk about who I had to fuck to get him. Except he's not here.
Gun Collins, everybody! Gun Collins! Was it Doug?
Except that guy's not here, and that's kind of typical. But JT was born with his ear pointing his way out, seriously, and from that moment on, he was a pain in the ass. From the very beginning, he was trying to figure out what the hell everyone was saying about him. He didn't talk for a very long time, and I was convinced something was wrong, like maybe JT was, you know, special. But when he did start pointing out the obvious, like he always does, and repeating it a million times, that he never shut up. So he used to ask questions about everything. And he didn't stop asking you until you physically went crazy and you started screaming or crying or whatever. Or perhaps someone shoved him into a wrestling match with Brendan. Thank God for Brendan. Now, when he drives us crazy, we tell him to Google it and shut the fuck up! So let's just see what's in my bag, shall we?
What you got in that bag?
Dinosaur.
Yes!
One of the Snow White dwarfs, he loved them. Bowling pins. His first baseball. Oh, this is very special. Some of you may not know that JT is quite the artist. Oh yes. Starting from the early days all the way until his recent attempts at the Pinewood Derby here.
Wow.
Is that a tiger? Is that a tiger?
It's a wonderful piece of his in which he was forecasting his appearance on his 32nd birthday. Oh, but wait. Not only did he sculpt, but he was an illustrator too, and a published author.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the Alphabet Book of Ocean Animals, written and illustrated by John Taylor Viele. It's true. And all his, yes. So the beauty, this beauty was created by JT when he was 4 and 5. It took a long time. He drove all of of our family insane, finding and suggesting the sea creatures for each letter before there was Google. Today, I did Google the one on letter X. It says here, X marks the spot where the something 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 swims, and I thought, what the fuck is that? Is that for real? And I looked it up, and it's not. And so I thought, it was probably one of those times that we lied just to tell JT to shut the fuck up. So many stories to tell you about JT, so you could see how he turned out to be such a flimsy bag of shit. Starting when he was really little, when all he did was eat dirt. So that when he pooped shit. The shit was his poop, yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. And then, like the time kind of when he was, I don't know, 8, and he shaved his head into a reverse mohawk, just because one of his friends dared him. So no one cared at all. I didn't care. Except he did look like a skunk, so I called him Skunk Boy for a while. But then he shaved all his hair off, and so then he got a really bad sunburn and it peeled. And so then when his hair was growing, it looked like he had leprosy. So, fast forward, as you know now, the 32-year-old JT is a vegan. But when he was a kid, he'd give Robin, who had been a vegetarian since age 5, he'd give her endless shit for her food choices while he gleefully chowed down on steak, pork loin, beef tenderloin, and let's not forget his favorite chicken tenders.
Oh, shit!
And now here we are, college days. First day of college at McAllister College. Yes, even this vaunted Midwest Ivy League school was fooled into thinking JT belonged there. JT was moving in, and he had forgotten some very important thing. I don't remember what, but being the nice mom that I am, I said, oh, don't worry, I'll bring it tomorrow. And so I was told it was under his bed. Yep, along with a used condom, an empty bottle of wine. So when I brought it to him the next day and I told him what I'd found, his response was, oh yeah, my bad.
Accurate.
JT.
believe you.
I'm wondering if he still has Victoria's Secret catalogs under his bed.
They come so often.
We kept wondering if there would like be lingerie in his drawers or something like that. Yeah. So, well, there have been a lot of fun jokes tonight, and I don't have a thing to say bad about Nick because I love Nick. You know? And Doug, you know he's old like me, so hey.
We'll all be old too.
Except he doesn't have a bionic hip yet, and I do. So, thank you all for coming tonight.